everybody, my name is Savannah Smorto. I am currently a junior at Bishop Carroll Catholic High School. Today I'm going to do a virtual hometown history video of my hometown, Northern Cambria. Hop in, buckle your seatbelts, and let's dive into some history together. Northern Cambria was voted to become one consolidated area on January 1st, 2000. The area was once split into two separate towns known as Barnesboro and Spangler. Barnesboro evolved from a tract of land which was rich in timber and coal resources. The tract of land, located in Susquehanna Township, was originally granted to Edward C. Fisher in 1835. Two early settlers in the area began clearing the land and selling the timber down the Susquehanna River to make a profit. Years later, the development of railroad facilities opened the area to the coal mining industry. Main contributors to the coal mining boom were Thomas Barnes and Alfred Tucker. The town was incorporated as a borough on May 5, 1894, and was named Barnesboro after Thomas Barnes. By this time, Mr. Barnes had joined with Alfred Tucker to form the Barnes and Tucker Company. In 1898, the Barnes and Tucker Company built the first power plant, which supplied electricity to both the community and the mining property. One of the major attractions in the borough in the early 1900s was the Opera House. The Opera House provided many evenings of entertainment as traveling troops visited the town regularly to give performances. Spangler was once a dense forest region that was hunted and lived on by the Delawares and the Shawnees. They cleared hundreds of acres of forest land. The logs were cut and floated down the nearby Susquehanna River. Almost immediately after the land was cleared, a few farmers moved into the area. Before the Civil War, the valley in which Spangler is located was known as Hidden Valley because it was a secluded spot for the Underground Railroad to use as a stop in their journey from the south to the north. Buildings soon began to spring up, and by 1893, the town had a large enough population to become a borough. This new borough was named after Colonel J.L. Spangler. The rapid influx of miners caused a housing shortage, but this was soon alleviated. Spangler quickly developed into a boom town. Many houses were built and a large number of businesses were established. Spangler was founded as a coal center, but most people hoped it would also develop into a coke center. Unfortunately, the coke industry did not develop in this area. Spangler became the center for several coal companies. These are the Duncan and Spangler Coal Company, which employed 225 men, Susquehanna Coal Company, Madeira Hill Coal Company, Daringer Brothers Coal Company, and the Pennsylvania Coal and Coke Company. In 1904, another rather large industry began in Spangler. This was the Spangler Brewing Company. The brewery was the largest and best equipped in northern Cambria County. Joseph Matthias was the president of this company. The brewery produced 60,000 barrels of beer yearly. The water was supplied by a 50-foot deep well near the brewery. The brewery also maintained an ice house and an aging room. Over the years, most of the businesses have either moved from Spangler or closed, which prompted the consolidation of both boroughs. The origins of St. Mary's Parish date back to the last decade of the 19th century. Attracted to the area by prospects of employment in the local mines, a sizable Slavic immigration population was already there when Barnesboro was incorporated in 1894. These early settlers hailed from both sides of the Carpathian Mountains. By June 15, 1911, during the pastorate of Reverend Victor Kowalski, 5 lots were purchased on Campbell Avenue at 15th North Street, across the line in Spangler. 3 years later, a new frame church was dedicated by the Very Reverend Peter Ponashton. Later, for a new cemetery was purchased on November 16, 1916. The first historical marker that we're going to visit is the First Lieutenant Frederick A. Bouza, U.S. Army Vietnam Veterans Memorial Bridge on the Barnesboro half of town. This is one of the various veteran honoring spots in town. Lieutenant Bouza is also the name of the Northern Cambria's VFW post number 343. This bridge was dedicated on July 14, 2014 to honor one, if not our most prestigious veteran in Northern Cambria. Two men who were important in forming Barnesboro and Spangler were Thomas Barnes and Colonel J.L. Spangler. Thomas Barnes was born in Lancashire, England, May 13, 1843, and was the son of John Barnes. At an early age, Thomas came to the United States and located at Phillipsburg, PA, where he was employed in the coal mining business until 1872. He then purchased a small tract of land at Powelltown, PA, where he opened a mine. He became an extensive operator and owned mines throughout Cambria and Clearfield counties. In 1891, Mr. Barnes founded the town of Barnesboro, and he died January 14, 1911, in Philadelphia. Colonel J.L. Spangler was an attorney and coal broker, originally from Bellefonte, PA. He and a group of men formed the Blue Baker Coal Company. Him and one of his companions each shared 1,550 stocks together, and plans were made to create the Spangler Land and Improvement Company. Soon lots were up for sale and houses were being built. This new borough, Spangler, was named after Colonel J.L. Spangler. One of 4 smaller cemeteries that make up what is called the Barnesboro Cemetery, St. Stanislas or St. Stan's, is in 2 portions. The old cemetery, which is facing downhill and borders St. John's Byzantine Catholic, to the bottom portion. The old portion ends at the Hardtop Road. Now, the new cemetery is along the top. When you first enter on the hardtop along the uppermost road, it will be the first cemetery on the right-hand side. All of these are flat stone graves. The cemetery cross was donated in 1951 and is located in the old cemetery. The City Hotel was, and still is, a prominent place in northern Cambria for travelers looking for a place to stay and grab a bite to eat. It caters to everyone and has been around for many years with a rich history behind it. Old Miners Hospital, which is located in Spangler, became a very important place during the recovery of various miners that endured a disastrous mine explosion in 1984. Roughly about 125 miners were working when an ignition took place, and all but 3 of the men fled to safety. The burned miners were transported to Miners Hospital, where they remained in satisfactory condition. The men all suffered 2nd and 3rd degree burns to the face, scalp, and hands. Northern Cambria has 2 large youth park complexes to accommodate the multiple activities that occur in town. The northern complex is the most favored out of the 2 and resides in the Barnesboro half. It caters to mainly baseball, skateboarding, and basketball. The south complex, located on the Spangler side, caters mainly to softball and pitching machine games. This keeps the town well balanced and schedules between sports seasons from overlapping. On July 5, 2000, the 5 former ethnic parishes of Christ the King, Holy Cross, Our Lady of Mount Carmel, St. John the Baptist, and St. Stanislas Kostka were merged into one new parish called Prince of Peace. With the closing of 3 worship sites and keeping open only 2, the process was understandably painful for many, but an opportunity for both spiritual growth as well as a new beginning arose when Prince of Peace became a new parish. Along with this new parish called Prince of Peace, also came a new cemetery called the Holy Cross Cemetery, which is one of the largest in northern Cambria as well. The Memorial Wall, which was a joint project by the McDonald Brothers VFW and Lynn Weatherson Legion, was dedicated to John and Frances McDonald after they were killed in World War II. The Brandon Hotel was made the first home of this post. However, this monument is dedicated for veterans of all war, and was dedicated May 30th, 1978. It was not created until 1987, however. You ready?
Yes.
All right, go ahead and name who you are and what you do.
Okay. My name is Jackie Berging. I am assistant front-end manager at Bilo Foods in Northern Cambria.
Okay, can you explain what Bilo is and what they do to help out the community?
We are a small-town grocery store that is here to help everybody. We're always a friendly neighborhood. We like to give donations to a lot of the surrounding areas. We help out the fire company, the school, churches. We donate to the Humane Society once every year.
And how long have you lived in Northern Cambria?
I've lived here all my life, 30 years.
Can you just give me a little background about the town and what you remember?
Small town community. I always remember being a little kid and going to football games on Friday nights, in the summer playing ball at the North and South Complex baseball fields.
How would you describe the people in town?
Very friendly, very helpful. They get to know your neighbors. Everybody's friendly around here. You know everybody, so you can always count on somebody. You can always count on the community doing stuff for the town. We always have festivals, and it's nice that the fire companies contribute to that, and the legions and the vets. Although Northern Cambria was known for coal mining and timber back then,
Now we are blessed to have multiple industries that keep the town afloat. A few of those include Bilo Foods, Strollo's, Sheetz, and Dairy Queen. Once again, my name is Savannah Smorno. Thank you for watching the history of Northern Cambria. I hope you learned something new and start to appreciate your hometown as much as I appreciate mine.